Wells Fargo holding its annual shareholders meeting in Des Moines, Iowa today, and joining the investors will also be the critics as the bank faces a slew of scandals it's trying to put behind them. Joining us now from Des Moines is Laura Keller of Bloomberg News. The latest is that $1 billion payment they're going to make to the OCC and Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. What's on the docket today?
Yeah, Alex, that fine was just a few days ago, so that's obviously something that is going to be quite on the minds of the investors here. Behind us, there are some investors who are starting to check in for the meeting, some early birds here. And as you said, we're also expecting a real clutch of protesters coming up just when the meeting starts here in a few hours.
So this year's meeting is, last year's meeting was at a fancy golf resort, Laura, right? This is at a hotel. Talk to me about the protests we might see, the visibility we have to see, the PR that needs to kind of come out of there for investors to start to feel a little bit better.
Yeah, exactly, Alex. I mean, we reported that the bank actually tried to actively avoid any kind of hotel, any kind of property for this year's meeting that had the words golf or resort, because they did get criticism last year for having it really off-site, 25 miles outside of Jacksonville, where you really didn't see a lot of protesters because there wasn't a place for them to assemble. So here you have that downtown area where you will see those protesters. Right across the street from us, in fact, is the Wells Fargo headquarters here in Des Moines. So that's where the protesters will be assembling and coming over, in some cases, to the meeting as well. So this is definitely something where Wells Fargo is going to be more open for those protesters to come in and really be open to that criticism. And inside the meeting, what we're expecting as well is really to hear from Betsy Duke. She's a new incoming chairwoman. This will be the first time that she's leading a meeting for shareholders, and we do expect her to really try to turn a page from some of those scandals that you had mentioned earlier.
But at the same time, the Wall Street Journal had a report out yesterday that they're trying to push back on some of its plans to overhaul some transactions. So they want to catch illicit transactions, and they're looking to push back the deadline where they're going to be doing that. It's going to be very hard to put things like that behind them.
Yeah, exactly. And as you say, Alex, I mean, these things keep coming out. This is something actually that the Wall Street Journal reported from the Wholesale Bank, which is a place, of course, that Tim Sloan had led for 2 years before he became CEO. So this is a fresh slate of criticism here for Tim Sloan, who also will be here today. Maybe that's something he'll choose to address. But in any case, you will see the bank trying to put some of these things back on the back burner for themselves.